Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brad Holiday from Tea with Brad, and something that is super important to discuss with you guys that I'm sure everybody wants to know my opinion on if you're watching this channel is, what do I think about college? Is college something worthwhile? Should we go to college? Should we not go to college? And if not, what should we do? And everybody goes to college, Brad. Why would I not go to college? Well, here's the thing: is you need to logically look at these things and understand that after you get out of college, you're going to be responsible essentially for your own life. And a lot of people, can't even afford, like their parents can't even afford to pay for college. So largely, they're on their own anyway. A lot of kids are taking out loans to go to college, and first of all, that's a horrible idea. That you should absolutely not do. That's a very, very bad idea. Getting into debt, especially at a young age, is just one of the worst things that you could do. And let me just go a little bit into why people might want to go to college. People might want to go to college because here's their rationale: is because everybody's doing it. They want, that's what society tells us to do. And if you have a college degree, you have a better chance of getting a job. So those are the reasons why. Those are the pros. Let's call them that. Those are the pros. Now the cons would be college is another 4 years of your time. 4 whole years of your time. 365 days times 4. It's quite a lot of days. It can be expensive. It can be a place where you're not necessarily put in the best environment for your success. Finally, it does not guarantee that you will get a job anymore. Actually, it almost has no bearing on whether or not that you get a job. In fact, most jobs require that you have prior experience. The fact of the matter is that there just are not very many jobs in America. So, the economy is really, really struggling right now. We're trillions of dollars in debt. I believe we're $31 trillion in debt. And most of our manufacturing and many of the things that used to keep this country afloat are no longer available here. We've outsourced them, or by outsource them, we've allowed the jobs to leave the country. And even menial, cheap, easy labor jobs are usually done by illegal immigrants who are willing to do them for less, such as landscape. I mean, not that you should be doing landscaping when you get out of college, but the point of the matter is that anybody who wants a job in America, it's very, very competitive, especially in a city like New York City. It's very, very competitive. I've seen 2 of my girlfriends try and get jobs, and it took them 3 to 6 months each to find a job. If I was really serious about it, I could probably find a job in 2 months, but it's such a hassle, and it almost has, you could even lie about going to those schools and it would make almost no difference, because here's another thing: your skills that you learn, college, honestly, I'm in college now, and I've been in school for all of my life practically, and I can say that the things that you learn in school do not translate into the real world whatsoever. If you were, let's say that you're studying for the bar exam, let's say, those guys study 8 to 12 hours, 8 to 10 hours per day, and in addition to studying 8 to 10 hours per day, they're getting, studying to be a lawyer is a pretty good career right off the bat. I have a friend, Anthony Hughes, who owns his own law firm. He just began freelancing, essentially doing any type of law as soon as he passed the bar exam, and then he created his own law firm, and he became a millionaire by 28. He's a fantastic person to know. I know quite a few really fantastic entrepreneurial type people who I will probably link to this group, or I will share, maybe I'll do some exclusive interviews for you guys in this group so you can get to know them. And essentially, my philosophy on all of this is that you're going to be on your own anyway at the end of college, and your college degree is not going to help you make money. So if you're thinking that the college degree is going to add stability to your life, it's not. It's going to add instability to your life because you're wasting 4 years, and in addition to that, you are spending a lot of money. You're spending a lot of your parents' money, the government's money, or your own money in the form of credit and debt in order to go to something that most likely is not going to pay off for you. So I implore you to think of another alternative of what you can do for a career before you get there. So that is why I suggest that in the 4 years that you are leading up to leaving high school, while you still are in your parents' home, you are studying business, you are reading books on communication and business, you are starting your own business. There's no reason you can't have a minimum. There's no reason minimum that you cannot. Everybody can make minimum $60,000 per year on the internet or with a business in 5 years. That's plenty of time to figure it out. There's Facebook groups that will teach you specifically how to build those businesses. There's formulas of how to build a specific type of business, whether it's a t-shirt business, it's a supplement business, it's a software business. There's many different businesses, and there's the best place to go to figure out how to do these things is to go on Facebook groups and find Facebook groups of people who are studying internet marketing and studying business, and you get to see how their business is made from A to Z. And all you have to do is copy it. You know, what I'd suggest is finding a mentor, reading books, practicing different ways to make money, and then when you get out of school, it's like you're already making, you have a salary. And now all you need to do is get better at business, and you'll make even more money. And you work for yourself. You don't have to worry about being fired. To me, that's the most logical choice. Here's why. Because there's no jobs. There's no freaking jobs. If you leave high school, you know, you'll be, most kids do things like wait tables, or they bartend, or, you know, they try and work their way up the corporate ladder. Most guys that I know and girls that I know start out, and when they start out, they're making $30,000 a year. If your student loans have you in the hole for $50,000, $60,000 in debt, what are you going to do? How are you going to live on $30,000 a year? You're not going to live on $30,000 a year. It's tough. You'll have to live. You can't live in New York City. You can't live in Los Angeles or San Francisco or anywhere interesting. You'll have to live in Florida or Texas or Arizona or any other state where things are cheaper. Now, that's fine, but if you'd like to live somewhere where there's more exciting things going on, such as New York City, you have to be making more money. That's the bottom line. And the best way to do it, in my opinion, is an internet business or any type of business. I mean, if you wanted to start a storefront or you wanted to start investing in real estate, anything like that, there's a million options, but there's no reason you can't be making a decent amount of money by the time you get out of high school. And I'm probably the only person that's going to tell you this, but it's 100% true. You know, all you have to do is go, some books I'd recommend you to read. Millionaire Fastlane rather, 4-Hour Work Week, Seth Godin's books. You can go to the Fastlane Millionaire Forum. It's a great forum. You can find Facebook groups about entrepreneurship, and you'll see people who really, really, really are actually making money, and they can show it and prove it to you. And if you work at it for 5 years, or 6 years even, you'll be there as well. There's no reason you can't. If you spend every day working on it and studying and practicing, you'll be there. And by the time you leave school, that's a way better option than going to college, which is essentially worthless. If you're doing it for the educational purpose, fine. If you want the experience of going to college, okay. But at least have that foundation so that while you're in college, you get another 4 years of practice. If you want to go to college, it's not the worst thing in the world. And if your parents are willing to pay for it, or you get student or financial aid, you can do that. But understand it's not going to necessarily make you money. It's not going to make you any better in relationships. It's not going to make you more happy or fulfilled. It's just going to give you information on random topics like history, math, science, art. And if that's what you're interested in, you want to broaden your education, by all means, that's fine. But what I'd recommend is while you're there, you at least have that base which you can expand upon. So another 4 years of college means another 4 years of expanding your business. By the time you leave college, that'll be 8 years of practicing business. If you're not making good money by then, you gotta watch my other videos, because what makes a successful person is, one, persistence and steadfastness and just pushing through and putting in the work. And the other aspect of it is being smart and reading and focusing and trying new things and trying to make new things happen and fixing problems in different creative ways and being resourceful. That's the key to success. So that's really all I have to say for tonight. I'm getting a bit exhausted, and remember to subscribe down below if you like this material.